you choose the 800, you really like pain. I'm not gonna lie. When I'm training, like, training's so hard. I can't even really comprehend how hard training is. I was at the track on Friday, halfway through the session, throwing up, feeling awful, and I still get up and run, carry on. And being able to put yourself through that, because by choice, because you want to. Apparently I want to do this. It's definitely a really interesting mindset. I like to look at it as how much pain can I put myself in? Like, how much can I tolerate? That sounds really messed up. It's like, who's hurt her? But I find it really interesting because the 800 does hurt. When you're doing those lactic sessions and your legs are burning, your head's spinning, I literally can't barely see for hours afterwards because you've really put your body like through it. One of my talents that Trevor will say is like how hard I can push my body and get the best out of myself. But something that's helped me on a daily basis through that is just, rather than, oh my gosh, I'm dreading this so much. And I do have those days, don't get me wrong, where I think I don't want to be in pain today. This is going to really hurt. I've done the session before. It takes however long. I'm going to be sick. I hate being sick. When I'm sick, I cry. So I'm crying mid-session. I just think like, okay, the more pain I put myself in now, the easier it is on race day.
Okay.
I love race day. Race day doesn't hurt half as much. The race hurts, but the adrenaline's so high, sometimes I can barely feel it. Training's definitely way harder than racing. So when you do all of that, I'm not gonna let a little bit of lactic pain in my legs like mentally stop me from giving it my everything. I think you just become tolerant to it, you become used to it. And yeah, I don't really know how to explain it other than that. Other than like, it just comes with the job.
Can I just ask you?
If you choose the 800 meters, the training may be really difficult. Thus, you will probably need to be able to handle discomfort. Keely Hodgkinson has described sessions where she felt awful and began to puke up midway through, but she was able to get back up and run because she had chosen to put herself through it. She sees it as an essential part of getting better, even though it might sound excessive. After hard lactic exercises, her legs burn, her head spins, and sometimes her vision becomes blurry. Instead of thinking about that discomfort, she focuses on how much of it she can tolerate. She still fears going out on some days since she's aware of how painful it will be, and even expects to feel sick. But she reminds herself that every challenging practice is a prelude to race day. Racing often feels easier, since her adrenaline is so high that she barely senses the discomfort. Despite feeling a last wave of lactic pain after repeatedly pushing her body to the limit, she is determined to give it her best in an 800-meter race. According to her, the discomfort simply becomes a part of the job as you become used to it.
Can I just ask you to share with us what a training session looks like that has you throwing up halfway through it? Because I kind of assumed you do a lot of 800 meters, but it sounds like
I never run 800 meters.
You never ran 800 meters in training?
Nope. Never.
That's weird. That's like a footballer not kicking a ball.
Yeah, no. We do, I run over 800, so I'll do like 1K reps, we'll do long minute reps, like 8-minute reps, 4-minute reps, and then on the track,
I'll
do, what?
8-minute and 4-minute reps.
So like I run for like 8 minutes, like tempo, like I'm trying to do the conversion of, if I'm fit in the winter, say by a session we'll do like 3 by 8 minute runs, and we'll be running for 8 minutes at maybe around 5-minute miling, 5 minute per mile pace. And then do it again, and then do it again.
And how much of a gap?
I hate those guys. Like 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 90 seconds, 2 minutes. I haven't done them since last year, and they're going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks, and I'm not looking forward to it. And then I also do hill training, and we do track work, gym work. I do some sprint work as well, because I'm trying to bring down my 400 stuff. So we have a real mix of everything. But in terms of the 800, I never run 800 meters on a track ever in training. No, the furthest I'll do is 600.
What's the reason for that?
Well, I'll never go over 600 meters on the track as well. So for all the track fanatics out there, that's because I think Trev likes to keep it that when we go to the track, the mindset is it's fast. So all my faster sessions are always on the track. I never do tempo or longer stuff around the track.
What does it look like when Keely Hodgkinson is forced to the verge of throwing up during a workout? Surprisingly, she says, she hardly ever finishes an 800-meter run during training. Instead, her program combines longer repetitions, tempo work, hills, track sessions, strength training, and sprint work to improve different parts of her 800-meter performance. She might do shorter, very strenuous 2-minute or 90-second repetitions after 3 8-minute runs at a pace of roughly 5 minutes per mile. She also does sprint and hill training to increase her strength and decrease her 400-meter pace. The most surprising thing is that during training, she usually only runs 600 meters at the 800-meter race distance. This is due to the fact that the goal is not to continuously simulate the race, but to acquire the exact speed, strength, endurance, and fatigue resistance needed to win.
Oh, that is actually a brilliant thought, isn't it?
I'm giving out my secret, so.
Imagine
imagine
all the young athletes who are wondering how they can knock a bit of time at 15 years old off their 800 meters, and they suddenly realize, oh, right, so I just run 600 meters faster and I'll do the extra 200 in the competition.
Yeah, so we'll do sessions, and the track sessions, the furthest I need to run on the track will never be over 600. That's just the way I train. If you was to ask Georgia, my training partner, hers is different because she trains for the 1500.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's also obviously really good at the 800 as well. She does both. But I'm more 400, 800, so this is just how I train. I think, Trevor just likes to keep it the mindset of the track is fast. You associate the track with being fast. So all my sessions on there are either killer lactic or speed work.
Killer lactic.
And everything. It's one of those things that you literally, unless you've experienced it and you want to go do a lactic session, you won't even understand what I'm talking about. But for the athletes out there that have, you know that stuff is brutal. When I first saw this session, I was like, 3,500, that's like nothing. I didn't get off the track for half an hour. I could not move. I felt horrendous. If I looked up, my eyes were seeing black spots everywhere. My head was banging. I was going to be sick.
Keely never goes farther than 600 meters on the track because of her training philosophy. Her instructor, Trevor, advises her to consider the track solely in terms of speed. Her fastest and most intense training are on the track, but longer tempo work is done off. This suggests that when she steps onto the track, her body and mind are already aware that it's time to run fast. She usually conducts either pure speed training or extremely demanding lactic sessions to get ready for the extreme tiredness of an 800-meter race. Keely recalls that after viewing a workout that included 3 500-meter repetitions and believing it to be easy, she found that she could hardly walk for 30 minutes. She felt like she was about to get sick. Her head was pounding, and black spots started to emerge in her vision. Her ability to produce speed, even when her body is already exhausted, is developed by the intensity of the exercises.
I'll line up on the last rep and think, okay, Keely, it's like you've got 400 meters and then you can literally not get up. It's done. But I also like to just think like it's 1 minute of your life. Like it's 1 minute of pain to get through, and then you've got the rest of your day to recover.
Yeah. And are there any like warning signs, like what are the physical cues that you know the pain's about to hit? Say in a race. Like, is there anything that you sort of recognise that you go, here it comes?
You can just feel it. You can feel it trying to slow you. Your posture starts going. So we work really hard on our core, trying to keep as flowy state as possible. There's not like there's a right way to run, but there kind of is, like technically, and what can be the most efficient. That's definitely something I've worked in the last couple of years. How can I run the most efficiently to get the most out of every single stride? But you'll just start slowing down. Your arms might start going, your back starts arching because your legs are falling off from beneath you. And I remember if you watch my last 10 meters from Tokyo, the lactic really hit me that last 50 meters. I thought I was going to fall over. And I just remember there being bricks and I'm like trying to force my leg in front of the other and fighting it. But I'm used to that. So
the first 400, you're almost in that flow state of you running and not even thinking about the process of running. But that last 100, you suddenly become very aware of everything. Yeah,
the last 100 for me sometimes is where the 800 starts. Like it's when it hurts the most. It's when everybody's struggling and it's like who's got what left or who can keep it together. You know when you see people like actually fall over the line?
Yeah.
They've got that lactic, they've given everything. Their body physically cannot move anymore. It physically stops you, which is kind of insane.
When Keely reaches the final repetition of a difficult session, she sets a simple mental goal for herself. Just bear this 1 minute of agony. She knows the pain is just temporary, so she continues to move, despite everything in her body telling her to stop. In an 800-meter race, she can also sense when the pain is going to get too much for her. Her posture begins to change, her arms become less useful, and her legs begin to appear as though they are disappearing beneath her. She and her coach put a lot of emphasis on core strength and running mechanics to keep each step as effective as possible as fatigue sets in. During the final 50 meters of her Tokyo race, Keely remembers experiencing an overwhelming lactic buildup that made her feel as though she could faint. Her legs felt like bricks, but she made herself walk step by step. The difference is that she has had that feeling so often throughout training that she understands how to handle the discomfort instead of panicking out when it happens.
So why do you love this pain? Why do you want to be punished like this? Have you actually ever asked yourself that question?
I think I just like the process of like seeing how much pain I can tolerate and seeing how good it can make me. I've obviously found over the years that I'm quite good at this 800 thing. I'm quite good at track and field, and it's given me an incredible life. I've been to some amazing places. I love the life that I live. I literally love it. I wouldn't change it. And the only thing that's going to get me there is to keep putting myself through this pain. So I've got to find a way to love it, to not be scared of it. Because if you're scared of it, you're not going to push yourself as hard. You're not going to be as good. And just really embrace it. But don't get me wrong, it is scary sometimes. And do I want to be getting on my Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. thinking I'm not going to be able to move for the rest of the day, and this is going to hurt me like hell.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I keep coming back for more.
The first 400 meters can appear very effortless, as though Keely is simply walking without thinking about each step. But the final 100 meters is where the 800 truly begins. The race becomes a brutal competition to determine who has anything left, as everyone struggles to keep their form as the pain suddenly overwhelms them. Keely wants to know how far she can push through the agony rather than just endure it, so she has prepared for this time. Because of her exceptional capacity to keep running even when her body begs her to quit, she has emerged as one of the best 800-meter runners in the sport. From competing on the biggest platforms to touring the world and seeing things she never would have imagined, she genuinely loves the life athletics has given her. But there is more to that viewpoint. She understands that having to endure the rigorous of training is one of the expenses of living. She has learned to accept the pain rather than dread it, since she understands that if she mentally withdraws from it, she won't be able to attain her full potential. In fact, there are still mornings when she wakes up knowing that a session may prevent her from moving for the rest of the day. But after it's over, she suddenly comes back and does it all over again. Keely Hodgkinson believes that the suffering, not the expense of the 800 meters, is what makes the race worthwhile. If you enjoyed this incredible and exciting track and field highlights, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching.